Welcome to another episode of Gaming for Grandparents. I'm Echo Pearl, and we're going to play Minecraft again today. And we left off with finishing up the kitchen and our dining room, so now we're going to see about furnishing and decorating the living room. And if you enjoy this content, please subscribe. So we're back at the house, and we're actually looking under the house to see if we want to work on the basement today or finish up on the inside of the house. So we are going to go inside the house and finish it up. So now of course I have to make a bunch of decisions about where I want to put things and how I want to decorate the rest of this space that is wide open right at the moment. What should I put in this corner here? Should I do just a bunch of pictures? Should I do bookcases? So now I'm looking at the walls trying to figure out where would be a good place to put a big screen TV. So I look at this wall and decide, okay, that's a pretty good space. But then I don't like the spacing in between the windows. So I turn to my left and I try that again, and it works really well in between those windows. So that is now our big screen TV. So that now sets up where I put the couch and chairs and things of that nature. So obviously I'm going with an open concept so that if you're in the kitchen cooking, you can still watch TV or you can still talk to people who are watching TV. And now of course we have to make the decisions of what do we want to build this living room out of? What do we want the chairs to look like? What do we want everything to look like? So I'm going to experiment with this in stone and use the stairs for it and create a very large sectional. Then of course you have to have a chair off to one side, because there's always that chair that's off to one side. So once again I'm experimenting with bookshelves to see if I like having the bookshelf look in the living room or not. And of course in your entertainment room you have to have the music, and that's a jukebox there. And we have to decide where we want the lights. So of course we'll just put those over the bookcases. That makes sense, doesn't it? So I went with an end table that is bamboo, and I'm not really liking this bamboo end table look. And of course you have to have a place to store your music, so I grabbed a honey box. That is literally a honey hive where bees go into it, and that's what I'm using now for my music collection. Again, you pretty much use whatever material you can find that will give the illusion of it looking like what you mean for it to look like. So now I'm experimenting with different end tables to go on the sides of this sectional, and I decided to go ahead and add an end table to behind the sofa. And now I'm trying to figure out this side, how I want this side to look. I decided that chopped off the walkway too much, so I broke that piece and shortened that sectional. And then went ahead and added an end table behind that seat too. And now I'm just putting some pots down so I can add some flowers. I decided to go with Lily of the Valley. It's a simple white flower that won't clash with anything that's in the room. I'm not 100% convinced I like this, but I'm just going to keep experimenting and see what it looks like. Yep, those lights on the back look like crap, so they gotta go. Light looks better if I put it on the ceiling. Still not 100% I like that look. So it's time to step away and look at it from a distance and see if I like it or don't like it. It's not my favorite build, but maybe this will work, I'm not sure. So now I've grabbed some item frames to see if I can put a fake remote control down. And I'm not sure this is going to work in the item frame. So I break the item frame because it made the button too small. So now I'm just placing the button. And that's going to be our remote control. I want to put some type of a glass on this couch to signify somebody who had been drinking on the couch. But I'm not sure I'm going to find what I'm looking for. So, or it's going to look right. But I may stay with that. I decided these bookshelves are a little bit too plain and they need some more decoration. So I put some flower pots down. So this time I've grabbed some orange and white tulips, some azure blue, and some peonies. And I'm going to experiment to see if I like those flowers. I figured the orange will be okay up against that brown, and then this white and yellow will be okay. But I've also decided I want to change up the flowers on these tables around the sectional. And I'm going with the daisy, just to give it something different, so it's not all the same flower. Then of course I have to step back and look and see, is that working, is it not working? Then I decide, well, maybe the bar needs some more stuff. So I realized I had not put any type of brew stand on the bar. So I have grabbed a brew stand and some water bottles so that it can give the illusion that this is a functioning bar. So of course I have to look up or get up to look down at that to see if I like that and see if I like the rest of the kitchen. I still feel like I need to add a couple of things, but for now I'm going to leave it as it is. I'm looking around at the rest of the space and trying to decide what else to do. Now when I broke that block, I kind of messed up that corner there, and now it kind of looks weird. So now I'm going to put in an enchantment table. So all of your tools that you have in Minecraft and all of your clothes that you have, or armor that you have in Minecraft, you can enchant it. And you have to have these bookshelves. And I'm just going wall to ceiling, so it takes up the entire space, and I'm trying to figure out how far out I need to go. And then I'm just going to add a anvil and a grindstone, because those are both things that you would use with an enchantment table. I will show you in a future video how enchantment books or the enchantment table works and how all of this setup works, but I know I need to do something about the fact that that brew stand now is kind of standing out and kind of takes away from the look. I don't like how the iron fence then turned around and attached to the cabinet like it did, or the bookshelf like it did. But for now, I think this is going to work for me. But I will obviously add additional things to it as I see the need to. Now I'm just looking around the room to see what else I should add, if this is good enough for the time being. I still have that space there that I need to do something with it, but I'm not sure what I want to do with it yet. So let me go back out here to the staircase where I messed up the staircase earlier when I put that copper in the place of the granite. So I want to fix this staircase now. So of course we're back to the inventory and we're pulling our polished granite and everything we'll need to fix this so it looks right. I think I'm going to start at the top and work my way down, because in order to cover up this copper, it's going to extend out more than what it currently is. So I just start with the stairs and I just start working my way down. I think I'm going to do a staircase that is 3 blocks wide, and now I'm going to have to put blocks there so I can push my stairs up against those blocks. And of course, if you don't angle your stairs correctly, they will go in upside down, and that's just something that happens with stairs all the time. So I'm looking at this, seeing if I like doing the staircase with this angle look on the side, and then I'm just going to fill in the sides for the railings. But I've got that copper block there that's kind of messing things up, and I don't really like that one block you can see on the sides. I have to figure out what I'm going to do, and I decide I can go ahead, since it's on the edges and it's going to be back behind the kitchen cabinet there, it shouldn't be too visible, and it's not. So I'm good with replacing that one block of copper because you can't see it on the kitchen side of things. And anytime you're building anything, it doesn't matter if it's from one floor to the other or one wall to the other, you always have to realize that whatever brick you're doing can be seen on the other side. So then you have to take and make additional decisions on how you want to do this so that it doesn't stand out and make the other side or the other floor look just trashy. So now I'm back to experimenting with my iron bars to see if I like this iron bar look or if I want to stay with the wood plank look. And I decide that I don't want to do the corner stairs that way. I want to go ahead and put a block there instead. And now, like I said, I'm just kind of experimenting with this stair rails now. And when you're in creative mode, everything breaks so easily that you just click the button one time and you're breaking the wrong part. So of course I have to go back into inventory and get the block that I need. And of course I do it again. So now it's time to take a step back and see what we think about this. And I don't know, I'm just not as happy with that gray and the silver. So I'm just debating what else I want to do, what's going to make it look better. So I'm back in inventory to experiment. Obviously I need some type of lighting because it got really dark in here. So I'm experimenting with the candle, a brown candle, but wow, that's not noticeable at all. So now I've grabbed a lantern and a frog light just to experiment and see what's going to work or not going to work. And of course the frog light really lights up the area and really makes it stand out, but it is so large and I'm just not convinced I like this look. So we keep going and we keep looking and we keep trying to figure out what we want to do, and then I get distracted by realizing this table needs a light over it, so I've added a light to that. And then I need to also fill in this corner on the left hand side that I haven't got to on the second floor. So that entire side of the house, or that corner of the house, I haven't done anything with. Now I'm looking at maybe putting some lights around this section just to add some lighting and see if that's going to look good. And of course I break the wrong block and I have to grab the strip log to replace it. If you heard the audio, the actual audio of this video, because I'm actually doing voiceover, and every time I hit the wrong thing and I break the wrong block, I say oops. And I've said oops so many times that I literally have said I probably should have named this channel oops, because I just always break the wrong blocks and I always say oops when I do it. But again, I'm just experimenting with lighting, trying to make sure that my house is nice and lit so that no mobs will spawn inside my house. And I'm not really happy with staircase. So when I'm not satisfied or not happy with something, I invariably will go do something else and figure out what else I might want to do. And I realized that I had forgotten to put one more row of blocks, so that's a single wide instead of a double wide doorway. Then I'm debating on whether or not I want to use that type of block as part of the doorway arch or not. On the right hand side, that strip of redstone light, which is what that exterior wall has the strip birch wood and then this redstone light. I got the strip wrong on that side, and so things are not lining up, and that's just driving me crazy. So now I'm probably going to be breaking part of my house just to fix this. So I've grabbed my redstone block and now I'm going to put it next to this one, and I have to do it quickly because zombies will just walk in and they don't hesitate to just barge into your house. Now I've got to replace the window and find the window so I can fix that strip so that it's symmetrical. And that's sometimes what happens when you're building, is invariably, from especially a large build like this, invariably from one build to the other, and I totally replaced the blocks with the wrong blocks. So, but invariably you end up, with things being off, and until you do the interior decorations, you don't realize how far off your build is. Now I have that strip lining up perfectly at the two doorways going to the back of the house. I have lights above the strip, which really helps light up this space in this room. And now it's just time to see what else I can do. Like, I'll put a little sitting area in this space here. But instead of having lighting on the rail, I think I'm going to put some standing light over here in this corner, and then that should work better than having it on the railing. And then eventually I'll add some seating area there and on the other side, so that having these lights there makes even more sense. So I'm still studying it. It's still not totally working for me, and I'm not sure what I want to do to fix this yet, but I'm not 100% happy with the railings and the lights on the railings. So, time to break things if you don't like it. I decided that this staircase ended abruptly, so it really needs to come out and have that step on the bottom there. So I'm adding that, and I think that makes it look much better. Now I don't know if I like the brown stripe there, but I think it's gonna work. And then that's the chimney that I made when I built the exterior of the house. So for now I'm gonna leave this as it is. I'll probably come back and do some more accessorizing of this area at another time, and you'll see that video at another time as well. But thanks again for watching Gaming for Grandparents. I truly appreciate your support. And again, if you like this video, please subscribe. You can also watch one of these videos that is being displayed here right now. Thanks for watching Gaming for Grandparents.